teams to scrim TL.
Groups and chasing that championship.
So TL gets 2 blocks. Each team gets 1.
Really, really nice for either one of the squads. FlyQuest got to be kicking themselves for not being able to close out that last game, but Tactical with a heroic.
I'm not saying these random words. People just keep on saying. I'm just googling.
Gonna be the list that's like,
man, ask Febby what this means, man.
My friend.
Off the board right away.
Search fall, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the 10 subs.
I think Febby's asleep.
I don't even know. Yeah, he fell asleep. He passed out.
Honestly, the start was pretty
we're in draft, guys. Can you focus?
Okay, man. Okay, sure. Oh, wait, we are in draft.
Caitlyn ban, okay, Leeson ban.
The LPL and the LEC, the Caitlyn ban rate is 90% or higher.
Wait, so what's up? LeBlanc is up?
Only 60, and TL says, you know what, let's
Graves is up.
Drop it off.
Azir is up. Maybe you just ban Azir. You're chilling.
Early Ash, but now you're seeing Lee Sin dropped as well.
And then you, well, what happens if FlyQuest first picks Ash? Then you just take Jin?
Picks don't matter anymore, guys.
Ban out the Ash if they're concerned about that. That would leave the Evelyn up too. You know, as you were saying. There is a chance. Okay, so it's a very interesting.
Wait, was Senna banned before too? No, right?
Immediately go Ash then.
It was banned.
I
think last game it was banned.
Was banned. No, not last game. The game before it was.
I think that's fine.
Maybe.
But I would way rather have Tactical off of high DPS.
Oh no, Centurion.
Such as the Ash, put him onto the Jin. It wasn't as effective last time. I'm honestly pretty surprised.
Pick Azir down here. Take it away.
Above the Ash because I do
Azir like set maybe. I don't know.
To the bottom lane for
Ash Azir is fine too.
I don't know. Brock's a place.
Really sneaky that you want to try to answer.
Lord, thank you for the 5 gifted, man. Appreciate it.
You know, the Lucian in the bottom lane. We haven't been seeing it though. We've really only been seeing Lucian actually in the solo lanes. Prior to the buffs for Lucian, we did see Doublelift have a winning Lucian game out of that bottom lane, but no one has gone back to it.
It's Azir, right?
Yeah, and I think
what are you afraid of? I mean, I feel like if they have Graves, like you're not really that scared of an LeBlanc, right? Like, LeBlanc Graves, is that bad?
Viable. A lot of teams play Ezreal still, although I'm not really a big fan anymore.
Yeah, I think he
I
cares.
think there are actually a lot of stronger
LeBlanc can't really lane against Azir, by the way. I don't know how people are laning.
I mean, you just level 2 gank, right? You just level 2 gank and pray?
Yeah, that's actually the only way, literally.
1-2 games on it. It was banned in game 4, and now TL takes it away in game 5.
1v1, it's unplayable.
I will also say that Graves, if you're gonna draft something like Jin or Senna, Graves is a good pairing for it because it's
it might be PoE Kog'Maw, no?
Jungler that can help to make up for some of the
he's much better at it. Or they just take Orianna and they're just chilling.
The consistent damage can be helped out by Graves, so if there's a pairing to do it with, this does make sense. We obviously are going to be
what do you take? Do you take Ornn here? I feel like you take Ornn
from Power of Evil. I would like to just see him grab it right now.
Doesn't TL just take Ornn and they're chilling?
Yeah, I think so.
Prioritize the support, which does mean Team Liquid could throw some bans over towards Power of Evil, try to shut him down a little bit in that mid lane.
People, what are they spamming?
Yeah, I really do think.
Is this a bad word that they're spamming in my chat? Hold on,
he can play. He's got such a very wide champion pool overall. But I don't hate it overall. They said no, we want to make sure Ignar is on playmaking. Once again, Ornn grabs early on. We had Impact get himself a couple of kills thanks to a failed dive and then a jungle gank. But at the end of the day, was not able to do as much as Solo, who really took over on that set. I would not be surprised to see set picked up again for FlyQuest. I thought he was so good on it.
No.
He really brutalized.
What does that mean?
They're just spamming it because they think they're funny.
Yeah, I think it could be banned. I think Morgana's going to be banned for sure.
I can't tell you.
I've been a little bit surprised.
I'm too triggered, actually.
To Morgana when it's been a great first round pick before it gets banned, but it's almost banned out second round. Orianna going to be taken away, so that was kind of my concern for FlyQuest. As you say, PoE has a great
Orianna ban,
sure, but I do feel like this game has been so much about late game.
It means colonized.
Orianna is one of the very best in that regard. Orianna, Azir, you know, he can go towards things like Syndra. He has more aggressive picks like LeBlanc, but it's just not the same as far as the team fight and the consistent DPS.
TL1 dropped no already? They have Azir and Ornn?
Yeah, I feel like they drafted exactly what you think.
By any means, he's excellent on it overall.
What do you take in jungle here, though? Like, you just take set?
For Broxa?
At some point, but it does leave Syndra
probably
as a
set, I'm guessing, right?
With Tahm Kench gone, that may
just not Hecarim again.
LeBlanc also an option here.
You go for the. Do you trust him? Do you put him on the Kindred?
Oh, Kindred is fine, no into Graves too.
Yeah, Kindred into Graves, like, this is what they would run in LPL.
What does he even play? Like, these guys don't play any champs?
Yeah, I mean, Broxa's pretty small champ.
There are. Corki hasn't been seen.
He's like Lee Sin and Graves mainly. I think a lot of plays these two. That's why like they're banning Lee Sin and Graves in a lot of the games.
In the laning phase of these games. But you know, you would
plays
be running
Volibear, I guess.
Marksman style. I think
Volibear's not that good here, I don't think.
It makes things like Tabbies and even.
Is this where Koji picks Lara again? I think Volibear
If you want high damage, you can also go to something like a Casio.
What else
that does get
did you say?
outranged by the Azir.
Yeah, Volibear set.
It can be difficult to actually
Volibear set.
and get the damage out.
Volibear seems really bad here.
Hey, even though Tabby's, of course, armor's not great against
into Graves? Like, what do you do? What do you do in this game?
Exactly.
I mean, there's nothing else you can pick that's better.
You can pick Kindred, right?
Yeah,
but he doesn't play it.
Against him.
I'm just hoping that he's like learned it since last time I saw him, I guess.
Volibear comes in
like
as a
Syndra
great frontline option. There's the Syndra we expected.
I don't really like Syndra into Volibear.
Talking about, I know you don't super love it, but
I think
I don't really like Syndra against
as you said, you know, with
Orion
banned out, with Zero taking away.
I don't think he has any other pick though.
But here is my issue. My issue is generally that
they ban Kog'Maw and Orianna, so also he's not playing like Akali and shit.
You can deal with Syndra's damage just by getting health.
It's either Syndra or Victor, probably.
I think that Syndra has a lot of fun.
Or Corki, I guess.
I think,
so generally speaking, if this is me playing the Orion
he doesn't play TF.
I'm just stacking health and armor, and I'm just thinking that my health will be enough. Mordekaiser, I do think helps to rectify that. So I do like that
actually so good
as a combination. You can't really.
How boring is mid-meta, man.
Mordekaiser is also paired alongside.
Yeah, you can only play every champion in the game in mid lane. It's just really unbalanced.
Like for example, in this case,
from the marksman and the jungle. So I think as a
if people think Akali is that OP, then they pick it here. But I really don't think against these 4 picks.
This isn't
Even if you early
I mean,
rotate.
I think I would pick it here 4-5. Fast PoE.
In the same
Yeah,
way
I think it's really good to Volibear as well.
By like putting out all the damage and killing from.
I mean, what else could you pick? I mean, I know that some people run Echo into Azir. Seems like it could be okay.
I mean, it's between Syndra.
All right, Bard is locked in as the final champion picked of this series.
TF
We're in the climactic game 5, and Team Liquid finally bring Bard back
guess TF is okay.
They have a ton of teamfight engaged. They have a great backline in Azir and Ashe.
I think TL got this game in the bank.
It is a lot of
I'm just worried about early game.
The potential is there with Syndra, with Thresh, with Jhin.
I don't know.
The burst is there right afterwards.
Shit like that. Volibear into Graves.
But they are not all.
I really don't think that Volibear is very playable anymore after the nerfs.
Do what Ashe does. Syndra does not do what Azir does.
I don't think you understand the purpose of this champ, mate.
But it is spread out.
You literally get level 3 and you gank and that's it.
Bro, it's the ultimate dog champ. Like, you just fucking ult, you tank for your team. That's all this guy needs to do.
Yeah, but like, this is not even like what the champion can't even really do this anymore.
You're just too much of a carry player. Like, be a dog sometimes, man.
Okay, my bad. Wasn't I a dog when I played with you in EU?
Force overall in game 4 on the set.
No.
Another damage champion here with the Mordekaiser.
I
the
literally
ult
don't
can
know.
go ahead and break the Ornn ult so we can't stun more people. He can prevent smites from coming through to play the objective game. It's going to be an exciting game to watch.
I think so too, and as far as
this game is over, guys. TL one.
This is the most TL comp they could ever go
Yeah, it
for,
seems
right?
like a free win. I feel like Graves is also really unplayable into Azir. Like, I can't play this champion into Azir. Like, how do you even ever get in range to do damage? Then he puts up the wall, and I'm pretty sure your Q like bounces off the wall.
That is how they went
Azir wall?
16.
Like, it blocks it, I'm pretty sure.
Playing this style.
Does it?
I'm pretty sure. I'd have to see the interaction. I'm like almost certain. I feel like that's happened to me before. Maybe I'm just terrible. Who knows?
They have the playmaking for CoreJJ. I think that is something that a lot of people are really looking forward to seeing. Obviously, he did have some playmakers drafted in this series, but anytime he is on that Bard, it is such a threat, especially for champions like Jhin. If you ever look for an ultimate, that's such an easy answer from the Bard to shut that down.
It does block it.
And because you don't have a dash or anything like that, you're going to be largely reliant oftentimes on the Thresh Lantern to actually avoid any sort of Bard ultimate for the engage.
Yeah, and it's going to be fun to watch what Ignar can do on this Thresh because he's been, I think, a big part of why FlyQuest are good. I do feel the entire team hits really well. I think they're a lot of excellent players overall. But Ignar getting back on a playmaker is a big deal. His hooks are good,
also, like, I feel like if you're paying jungle here, you have to go something that does 80 damage, or they're just going to get a decent amount of MR. Like, doing, like, going Volibear here, I feel like it's split damage. You can just be
JJ does just
making the other team just build a bunch of MR, and then you're
it really means we've got big
kind of griefing your carries.
On every front here, right? Top lane can be very volatile.
I would think that set is even better.
If the junglers want to show up there, Azir and Syndra.
I think set is better.
Huge game
but the set is 10 times harder to play.
Down the line, exciting things to look at here.
Friendly.
Every lane can be worth
kind of what are you saying about
Broxton, a lot of time on because anyone can kind of take that game into their own hands.
Nothing.
I agree. I think something else
talking about champions
here is that TL is often that likes to sit back and give up early dragons.
Just saying they're noob friendly for just no reason, I guess.
Style of competition. They
Holy
want to
shit,
get in
they
their
know who's
comfort
gonna
zone, they
decide
wanna
this
scale
game.
up,
Look at that.
and then fight there. I think that style specifically becomes more difficult when you're playing against a Mordekaiser.
How
Because
can you
if
flame
give up those
Broxa?
first two
This guy is
dragons,
so
which,
nice.
you know,
What do you mean?
FlyQuest
I'm
is
not
getting
even
to that
flaming him.
comfort
You're the
zone,
one that's
and
flaming
then
him.
you go to
Literally.
contest that
I know
third
what are
dragon,
you on
jungler
about.
gets more ulted, and
Okay.
all of a
Can you
sudden
stop
it's so
putting
brutal
words
for
into my
FlyQuest.
mouth?
That can
Okay,
be
man. My bad.
potentially serious.
Sorry for
This is how you
existing.
have so many fans.
Well, we are
Oh,
on to the Rift for the series-ending game. It's
what the
game
fuck?
number 5 between FlyQuest and
What the
Team
fuck,
Liquid.
man?
I just
Team
have
Liquid
them. Why do I
on
have them?
track
Just
for
because I put
best
words into your
regular
mouth? That's why they're all here?
season record
Like, I just
ever.
don't
Number 1
understand.
seed
What are you
heading
saying?
to playoffs after winning 4
They
championship
just
titles
love
in
the
the last 5
toxicity.
splits.
Like, I'm with
Staring down the barrel,
Niski
knocked in the lower
on this
bracket
one.
by
Nesquik?
FlyQuest,
You
who are
can
gonna
say
get
it,
right
man.
back to their second straight LCS final.
That's
Third
quick.
place regular season.
Alright guys, the
and
game
a
started.
second place finish in spring overall.
I was
Let me
in my
focus
time
here.
with
Electrocute
champions on
on
the Rift,
Syndra.
playing
Okay,
a
I'm
fairly
leaving.
low risk plays a deep ward from Impact that'll trap
Come
the
on,
jungle side of
man.
Santorin and figure out which side of the lane
What,
they're
are you a phase rush every game type of guy or what?
Should be a really exciting one. And
I
honestly,
think Phase was pretty good,
not
yeah, against
much
this
surprising
champs.
as far as the
Yeah.
runes or starting.
Feels unplayable for
starting setups
Volibear,
here.
let me
Maybe
tell
the
you.
only thing that I
This
would
guy
say
I mean,
Finish is always good, I feel like, on Syndra.
But
the
how the
power
fuck
level
will,
setup
like,
here,
how does
with
Electrocute
Electrocute,
make
this
sense here
used to
though?
be the standard a
It
long
really
time ago,
doesn't.
But these days you
I
see
mean, I feel like
almost
PoE is just like
exclusively
super
phase
edgy.
rush. And even
with
when
his
you're
picks.
against champions
Yes.
such as the Volibear, phase rush.
I mean, it's only better for lane, no?
Very non-threatening. You proc that, you just outrun him.
Yeah.
But he is going
That's
to
legit, I
have
think.
a higher burst potential.
But I feel like at that
you
point,
do
don't you just want
threaten
Comet instead?
more of the 100-0
Yeah.
style of Syndra
I would think
that
Comet is better. I
you're
mean,
always
didn't
gonna
everyone
be
used to
worried
go
about
Comet?
as an opponent
The
to
rest of the tree is
but
like
your
better, yeah,
survivability,
for
your
sure.
ability to kinda
Yeah, the
dodge
red
out
tree
from
kinda-
skill
Like,
shots and
you get
and things
mana
I mean, only
float
Taste
and
of Blood is
also-
fine. And Gravitas, I guess?
It's,
both
yeah,
support
it
Yeah,
has to be
instead
one
of
split.
fucking
Back to the second
gathering
wave
and-
here. Signa's gonna take a stun to the turret. That means Q's on
Whatever.
cooldown. Takes a little bit of
CDR?
damage, but
You just over it at this
Fourth
point or
level
what,
two.
man? Like, I don't
Not
understand.
the hugest power spike on all
falling
sides.
asleep.
I want to point out, right?
Wait, what
Ader
time are
turret,
you guys in?
Q
game?
at level 1.
220?
He's done
21?
Put a bunch
Oh,
of
shit, you're 2
health
seconds
relics
ahead of
down
me.
for
Wait,
Jenks
pause
in
for
the
2
mid lane.
seconds?
He went for
Actually,
lane
it's
dominance
legit
for
the
day.
same time
Both
as
bot lanes get level
the
2.
fucking
Keep
time
those
on the
big
clock,
dogs
by the way.
half
This
of
was
it,
so
and it's gonna
fucking
be
scary.
equal farm. It's like 11 CS to 10.
Okay, man.
225, by the way, when I
Looking
looked,
comfortable
and it's
down there.
225.
Jhin, fairly strong laner, and neither of these guys are
Oh
really going
my-
for a super lane dominant
Okay.
support, so I don't
You okay?
any-
Wait, it's
any
literally-
Go to sleep, man.
It's literally 229 right now. What are you saying?
Wait, it's 245, no?
Can you hit hooks?
Hook.
As you
No,
do
no,
there?
for him.
No,
for
but
him,
my
yeah.
clock
is
It's
exactly
different time than my clock on my PC. I can send you a picture,
I like
but
that layering though.
I
Ignar
know what
waits
you're
on
saying,
the
man.
play until after
Just
Turtle's
focus.
W. That is the correct way to
And
play.
look, they
If
just
you
blew-
don't-
they just
don't
blew
make your
Ignite and
teammate
the
miss his skill
heal.
shot, do the easy setup.
Wow.
Big damage there, but Ignite was burned, heal was burned on the other
Oh,
side as
that
well.
was
Summoner's
that was
down.
that was close. That
Mostly-
could have hit.
I guess it's 2 for 2 overall because Turtle burned his heal as well.
Man,
Oh,
how bad is
Santorin
fucking
actually
Volibear
fighting
as a
him. There's
champ?
no phase
Oh, he
rush for
probably has to
Broxus.
flash.
Whoa,
He gets chased
Santorin!
down here
Yeah, he has to
potentially.
flash, by the way.
Okay.
Wait,
Damage
what?
goes in the brush and says, if you want to face check
Because
this brush,
phase
I will
rush is
stun you,
blocked
but
there.
we
I
have
feel
a
like you
storm
could
and
just
we'll
walk
take
forward.
this fight back. My bot lane moves
How does
over,
it make sense
but
that this
still
E
damage.
gives you a
Don't get
shield, by the way?
reinforced out of
You
Broxus
put
as
something
both,
on the ground and
Jungle
you get
will
a
take their
shield.
5th camp now. Santorin
Come on,
looking to
man.
get bottom scuttle, which will definitely help.
Gotta any of the shields in this
ability
game
of
make
his
sense?
bot lane to play aggressively, and he can look for more of this soon.
And it should be double scope, honestly. You know, you
Yeah.
should just be able to run straight through mid lane, you know, help Power Wheel push it out if he needs it. Doesn't look like he
Santorin's
does.
gonna jungle
and just
kingdom.
go
Can he
straight to the
jungle
top side.
kingdom
So
hard
that
enough?
is the
I guess
advantage
is the
that
question.
he's gonna get is double scuttle, which always feels so good in the early game as a jungler here. You know, I wonder, thinking back to that 2v2, could they have committed forward to the all-in? You know, if Ignar walked forward and actually took out both those health shrines while
I feel like if
Cody
you're
was CC,
TL though, like you
because if he
always
doesn't
are
have that to retreat
confident
back to,
if
maybe you have the
Impact
damage
is on
sector
Orin.
shut off, but
You know,
that's
like you
always
go
one
into
of those
game 5,
really
you see
scary
Impact Orin, you're like,
moments to
okay,
try to
we got
commit
this.
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
way
yeah,
forward
yeah.
to that, because if the Volibear is behind them, then you could just...
This guy will always end up making plays and
If
like
you're just
be
walking
useful.
around lethal tempo Ashe, you are going to eventually die there. Aftershock times out, and she is just throwing.
Some
he's
players-
a really good tank player,
Second
so.
at you, and it's not going to go
Some
very
players
well.
on some champs, you
But
just
now
know
the
it's
fight
lost.
to top side as the jungler is coming. Solo getting some damage on the impact. Santorin's here.
Like what?
Nearsighted, has to flash.
Like
No one
if
is
you
using a
see
timeout.
like Arome
And
on
that
like
is a
Camille,
nice
you're
gank.
just like,
Not a lot of time was spent.
probably
by
not gonna go
Santorin.
well.
Has a temporary
Very
one
lost.
champ lead, and that's going to feel good.
Yep, going to be feeling really good about
Hey,
that.
you see Dan on a Camille, you know, it's the same type of thing.
Efficient. Be able to win.
Oh, you can't comment on that one.
If you see Vivian on Orn, you know it's lost.
Yeah, it's true, 100%, bro.
See that Broxa is going to move in, try to take back these Raptors. Get
Actually true.
For Santorin showing on that top side. And this
Like
is
Ness quick on Lucian.
What are you saying, man? Man, it's too soon, man.
Yeah, it was literally yesterday, man. How could you be talking about this?
Especially because Santorin is now going to the top side.
I know, he seemed pretty fucking
it's going to delay the
chill about it.
on the
yeah, I'm chill.
Santorin quite a lot.
I'm just testing you, dude. It's like
there. We're gonna see Graves run
shit
around
testing
his
all over.
side jungle, going for
My
wolves
mental
right
is
now,
too
and
strong.
Roxy feeling comfortable for a very, very early take. And
I mean, you
despite
survived,
not
what,
all
2
the
years
ward
in this
coverage for
region?
this one,
It took
you can see
Febby 1 and he almost lost his
his
mind.
lanes there, but Hawkshot now covers it and says, okay.
It took him over a year to recover from just 1 year in NA.
Wolves are gone.
How crazy is it?
Was just the Red Bull at the time, guys.
Nicely done by TL.
What's your timer?
38,
tendency to
39,
give up
40.
the
Okay.
early dragons, especially I thought that
Man,
FlyQuest
how
might
broken
do
is
that
Hawkshot
if they
though?
could be
Like,
having
as a
that
jungler, I
pushing
swear to God, this ability
Syndra
should
as
cost
well.
2,000
They
mana.
could collect some of those early
Like,
dragons that
this
look
thing
like the Mordekaiser
actually
could
has no counterplay. What do you do? Even if he
Of course,
misses
with
it,
TL grabbing
it's
that
still
first
enough
one,
information
that
to
is
just
gonna
fuck you
push
over
back any
completely.
potential of that very, very far into the game. So TL going to be
Yeah, it's very
really
balanced.
comfortable with their
Nah, it's
ability
too
to have
broken,
to grab
man.
that first
It's
dragon.
too
Even
broken.
if they can't contest in his next couple, not really have any worries whatsoever. You can sit back with the Azir, with the Ornn, with the Ashe, and just scale up.
Pee-wee goes to the short trade, does not get electrocute.
I actually don't know if he popped the execute once this game yet.
To hit him back, which would have been a lot more damage than, you know, one
Actually,
out of
though.
an electrocute.
I feel like
no.
the Syndra is playing a little bit aggro now.
Gets a bit of damage, solo
without
trade
any
back and
vision.
forth. Impact though up in farm, and that is with him having to lose his
Yeah, maybe he
flash
doesn't
off
care.
of the, very first gank
Or
of
he
the
has
three.
map
So,
hack, like
puts down the wave, up 6 CS, and of course he's been forging items.
I feel like
Solo gonna have to
Ornn
burn
is
his
just so
TP
broken.
before
Like, the
too
way
long,
Ornn wins lane
once he
feels so,
pushes
like,
his wave out.
bullshit.
I've got to say, Jensen's
It's like he just
But his
builds
items-
items. Yeah, he just builds his items in lane, and it's just like, oh, I guess I have to base now and, like, TP. Like, what do you want me to do?
I mean, look at Power Evil's items, right? You know, he's going for essentially the triple early game, the triple laning style of item. Yes, Darksteel theoretically.
The whole mini game is like he walks back in lane and you try to like stop him from building for 4 seconds.
That's really about lane dominance.
Seems so cringe.
Jensen just went his corrupting potion straight towards the Nashers, so he's not really itemizing towards this lane whatsoever and is still winning. So I think that really does speak a lot about how well he's playing this out.
Really impressive stuff right there. Team looking up about 300 gold as a squad. Impact winning so far in topside as well. Solo going to get his own TP back in for the early haunting guys. That's the first spike you really want to see. That's going to feel pretty good. As of course the Abyssal Mask is coming
does
through
Jensen
for
even
Impact.
play solo queue?
Yeah, it
Enough.
does.
Yeah, but like
Bot
he doesn't
lane
like
back and forth.
play
Small
that serious
farm
right
lead
now,
to Turtle
right?
& Co. That's actually nicely done by them.
I mean, I remember when I was playing, like I threw it with him a little bit. He was
small
like
farm lead right now. You got the items you wanted. Tactical is going
way
to
lower than he
super
should be,
build,
right?
so
Like this guy
more
could
arrows there
be
on
easily 1k LP.
Very
Like,
preemptive
no
lane.
problem.
Yeah, I think he's like
Since Ash Arrow is
Diamond
up
one?
for now.
Yeah, he's like
maybe
GM.
Grandmaster.
Yeah, he's
Shot
like
hits the
GM.
cannon and
When I was
still
playing.
waiting for the wave to push in.
Not being pressured too heavily, and the kind of farm advantage that is down in this bottom lane for FlyQuest is they will have all
The rookie was Diamond 1 when he won Worlds.
What's going on in the mid
Wait,
lane?
he
And Jensen
busted
actually
the
on
Cade
this
though, right?
recall, we'll see if Power Evil can
No.
actually reset this wave. And
I mean, this guy was
erase a
literally
lot
like
of that
ranked
lead.
2 on the ladder, like
Jensen
not
did
that long
well.
before that
He's kind
in
of gone
Korea.
for this middle ground. I feel like there's
Really?
the most
Yeah.
variance in
Well,
Azir builds out of almost
monster.
any
Still a
champion.
fact.
You know, you have the most kind of lane focus, which is Comet
Febby
plus,
facts. I gotta check
Lead
these
Deco,
facts, man.
and then you
I don't
have,
believe these
the
facts.
other end of the spectrum, which is kind of middle tempo, straight Russian mashers. And then you have all these different middle grounds. Like Jensen is going for Comet, which is kind of strong for laning, but then the Nashers, which is better for team fight. You have some people that will go lethal tempo.
Man, I thought it was so funny. There was like this one thread in the off season where he was like playing on like a plat account with his girlfriend Jensen was, and then he was playing 80 carry, and there was like a Reddit thread like Jensen moving to 80 carry next split. Maybe Bjergsen joining TL. Like it was so crazy.
Regardless, bot is being pushed in now. Team Liquid looking
Man,
for a bit
he's
more
playing
map
like
control on the
a few
southern map.
games with his
Nothing to fight
girlfriend in
for,
plat.
but does
Just
allow
leave the guy
them to
alone.
make sure they control Tri-Bush, which they do. Shove down the wave, and yep, it's going to remain 10 CSD as we crest 9 minutes. The top side, he got kind of the same score going on here. In fact, with more to farm for Impact, he's going to feel comfortable. And builds the next component as the Negatron Cloak comes in, and he's got a Ruby Crystal, and that's feeling pretty good as well. And Abyssal Mask is next in about 1,000 gold. Yep, it's trade though. Doesn't matter.
This matchup doesn't even look good for Mordekaiser. I mean, I guess when you get like what 2 items, then you're fine.
Yeah, when you get items, I think this guy's doomed.
Wait, this guy's dead. He's super dead.
Big burst nearly
Wait,
goes
where was
down,
the Q
survives
there
the
from
ulti,
Santorin?
And Brox is down the front line.
didn't
40
Q?
is coming around as well. They're going to stay alive. A couple of ultis gone. Jensen
Yeah, I'm
doesn't
not
actually
sure.
lose any
He
cooldown,
should have
just
Q
motion
flashed
health
and
bar.
just...
Yeah, Q
Yeah.
flash R and just one shot
He
him.
had 2 biscuits and a full corrupting potion there, so he can actually heal
Sucks.
pretty much all the way back up. He chugged all his biscuits. He's already taken 2
You
of
hit
those
that
flash
stun,
charges, so he's just going to
it's go
stay.
time.
And with a
For
little
sure.
bit of healing from the Bard, he can get pretty much back to full, and they will fight.
Big hook on Volibear CC chain.
Ratsa.
Finally goes out. Can they get the rest? That's going to be the chip
Oh!
They made it
Turkey.
easy for him. Here you go. Moving in a straight line. Take it there.
There's in a portal.
Solo and Impact doing battle. Ulti coming across. Impact wants the stun, finds it, buys some time, has to flash away from the Q.
Man, how nice would have been if he Q flashes
I don't
there.
think he thought that.
He
jumped
I think it does, no?
That's a can't miss.
If he gets
Doesn't?
isolated,
There's no
maybe.
way you're
No,
gonna
he
miss
hasn't
that.
matched.
There's
He's
giant
fucking
bear flying
mega
through the
troll.
magical portal. Lined himself up there for Wild Turtle, and Wild Turtle on a hunting trip here finds a
So this is what you wanted, right? Be a dog tank for your team. This is what you're talking about?
Nice combo. The match was
doing what you said.
there for GoreJJ.
He's just being a bad dog right now.
He's being a bad dog.
Woof, woof.
Naughty dog, holy shit.
Gets knocked down.
Yep.
Bad
That's
dog.
gotta hurt.
Sit.
Technically, I think GoreJJ should have delayed his pull. Said, okay, Volley,
this
come
is how
on
you
in.
talk to
I'll
Razor,
come right
what the
behind you.
fuck?
That would have blocked the shot. So, rare misplay.
Feel bad to be this guy.
I believe reigning MVP. Actually, no, not from last split, but from before.
Basically.
Last year's summer MVP. And now we're going to see what can happen here. 1,500 gold lead for FlyQuest. They are down the first Drake, and Brox wants the second.
It looks like he's gonna get it. We just don't even see FlyQuest making a move over. I'm honestly really surprised.
Scare stacking dragons. I mean, Teal just scales so well. I mean, that's why I feel like this
Yeah.
is win. But maybe like, I guess honestly, like if you watch fucking LPL, this like Jhin just carries like every game somehow.
But it is
Shimmy
surprising
just
to
gets
see his team,
3-4 items and then just
Syndra
1v9s.
and whatnot, being the
Just
ones
don't see
who
it
wants
happening
to
from the
attack and
turkey.
give up early dragons to a zero Ornn, right? That I think is very concerning.
All right, 1,400 gold difference, but 2 Drakes makes it up. Infernal Soul is going to be the map, so goodbye to some of the brush. More avenues to walk around are now going to exist in this one. Brush traps can be really spicy and often very good things for Thresh, right? Lancing over walls, hooking from brush. I think it very slightly nerfs Thresh overall. We'll see if Infernal Soul can come through.
Okay.
If it happens, it's 20 minutes in the making on the FlyQuest side.
I feel like it's weird that Teal's getting dragons anyway.
They wouldn't mind some burst. There's a couple of squishes that they could go for.
Are they even
Really
stronger,
only,
like on that
I mean,
timing?
really no one is going to be that tanky on
I
the
guess
FlyQuest side.
the mid items
Thresh
matter.
support,
The mid items matter.
but without that, he's
So Valver is
a
actually
frail.
decent right now too.
One of the things I always kind of find really nice too is that some of your low damage members can.
What?
He has one more play before he's completely out.
Exactly, man. He was outscaled, like, as soon as he saw the Graves at level 3, he had already been outscaled. You saw how fast he had to fucking run. He gave double crap instantly as soon as he saw that Graves.
Start to really add up.
First major item in the bot lane is completed by Turtle. He has Stormrazor done, whereas Tactical is on move speed and otherwise components. No CDR yet for the Ashe. And Turtle going to be a little bit scary as they are stacking up their gold incomes, moving around the map. Swifties in for Ignar, lets him move around the fights pretty well and maybe cut away the Volibear and the Ashe and whatnot. Nice sidestep. Tactical keeps safe, keeps the farm going. But still, we keep the 10 and actually more like 13 farm for Turtle in the bottom lane. So well done
But
there.
Tactical is just too good.
Very nicely done. Up 2 waves. You're going to be pretty happy about that. But at the same time,
Febby would already have Ludens here on this Azir. I don't know what this guy's doing.
True.
In that mid lane, and potentially even more, depending on how much of this Power Beagle will pick up. We still have that Rift Herald over on Santorin, so we'll see what he can get done with this. I want to see him drop it.
I think Jensen's just going to get Death Cap here?
They're trying to play away
him
from
do it
the
before.
Bard, remember, because of this Bard interaction. Look at
Maybe.
He was actually anticipating this. He was already heading towards top. Unfortunately for him, he's going to be too late.
Think some shoes, some Nikes would be nice.
I mean,
You mean some Pumas?
But you can see
Okay,
that
true,
he was
true.
expecting it.
Right, Dom?
Yep,
That
Pumas,
play was 10 seconds off,
only
right?
shoes I wear.
Sense.
Actually,
That
dude,
is
when was the
game
last time I
sense.
wear?
And
Like,
to be fair, that
I
is
never
perfect
wear
for
shoes
these
anymore.
plays.
I don't remember the
There.
last time I put on a pair of
Solo will
shoes.
have a fairly hard time soloing.
I only
the last
go out
play.
like in sandals
He may
because
have
I'm
to
going
wait.
somewhere close.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really intentional, but it was there. I mean, this is what happens when
Your
you're a
grandpa
solo
now,
laner.
right?
I mean,
What
to
do you
be fair,
mean I was
his
grandpa
screen
that
name
young?
was the solo king. Like,
I'm
he's like,
fucking
look, I'm a
30,
top
man. What do you
laner. I'm really
expect?
good
It's over for
in
me.
his mind back then.
Jeez.
And he got better. To be clear, he
But
got
Puma
better.
sandals, of course,
He was not as
Yeah, of
good
course.
as
Him
now.
in this anecdote.
You just work too much with your feet, so now you have to wear sandals because they're nice and
Yeah,
comfortable.
back in
Name
my
himself
day,
as a
we had to
solo laner.
fucking
It's
walk to the
impossible to
lanes
not
ourselves,
pun his
man. We couldn't
mechanics
even
and
buy
the moves he
boots.
makes on the map.
They were rough.
All right.
Anyway, he's a very good top laner.
Yep. Freak, ladies and gentlemen.
LCS caliber caster, by the way.
All
Yikes.
right. On to the next point here.
Man, if you see the
Down
dude
to
with the
bottom
Rolex on wearing
FlyQuest
wearing
looking to
fucking
continue this
sandals.
push,
You
but
know who it
much
is,
threat
man.
on that turret. You can see Bard
Holy.
has some vision, always wants
Let's
to
fucking
maintain
go.
the threat from that Tri Brush. That's actually a
Got
pretty
Jensen, he
key
got his
point to
Pumas.
keep swept of vision if you are playing Bard
Nice.
on red side, because you can always threaten the Bard portal over the wall with the jungler, where you just throw your ult over from that
Oh my
spot,
God, look at how
and then you
balanced
portal
Jhin
over
is.
the
Look at
wall,
that
and
Q.
It's a pretty easy gank setup for any blue side.
This dragon fight is gonna be a banger.
So
Man,
I think TL could
Flyman's actually up so much.
Yeah, I feel like TL could just give it, or no?
Pretty much dissuades any sort of a push coming through from Wild Turtle and Ignar. So I always like
Yeah,
to
and
see
give the
those
next
little
one as
moves
well,
that can
and the
make
next one.
I mean, I think you give at least one here. Like, how are you gonna fight this? Look at the items.
Cooldown down and knocks down the wave. Going to be answered here by Jensen. Top lane turret.
I mean, Ornn is pretty tanky now, no? Already?
To be knocked down. 20
Yeah,
CSD in the top lane, and there's a Swift Breeze. Solo grabs Solo first turret gold. And it's going to be the move towards
I mean, if
Dragon
they can get
huge,
the position somehow, they can fight,
the
but
gold winner of
they
this
can't.
game overall.
Also, Ash has no items here.
As well.
Give it up.
FlyQuest with nearly 3,000.
Like they need to get a pick
And now
right
FlyQuest
now.
has to hope that all the work they did
should look at Jhin here, no?
getting gold
Bard,
instead of objectives
Ash.
is going to pay off.
Yeah,
They have 2 of the 3 richest. They almost had 3 of the 3. Now they do. So
man, I don't know how I feel about Santorin going.
You must win this fight.
Full lethality?
This is
Yeah,
what
lethality here. Like when you're against Ornn, Volibear,
stronger position.
Bard can build some armor as well.
At this point in
Seems
the
kind of
game,
scary to me.
and putting them so far behind in gold, delaying.
I don't know. I just know how it feels to be auto-attacking a fucking Ornn when you have lethality
This is kind of
on this champion.
Just ignore Ornn, man. Go for the others.
Dragon Soul. Everyone is going to play for Dragon
It's
Soul.
like, who are you gonna hit?
Do you invest your resources?
How do you even get a position to hit?
Actually, who kills Ornn, by the way, this game?
And delay that to third dragon as FlyQuest did.
Wait, what'd you say?
Alive in 2 seconds.
Who kills Ornn?
Oh, no.
Ultis on several members here.
Jhin cannot kill Ornn, I think.
Mordekai's.
Without flash.
I guess only Mord.
And here comes the attempted play. Stun not going to land
I
just
mean,
yet, but it's being started.
probably get a
Santorin level 9.
QSS.
Same for
Ornn is-
Brock.
Yeah.
Near sight, jump in the front
Oh my
line.
god, look at the
Solo
Bartle.
caught out by Tempered Fate.
Look at the core JJ.
Flash used by Turtle to stay
He's
safe.
clean with it, I guess.
Comes in, shots over the wall. Impact the target.
Impact's just
Easily
dead.
shot,
Didn't
easily
even
I guess he
killed.
dies.
2 snipes.
Yeah,
The
just
Canadian
skip. Right, I
sniper,
mean, I
Wild
feel like they
Turtle
should have given
takes
already.
him
Like, that
down,
even
takes
looks
on
okay
the
for them,
board,
but-
gets the money, and they get the Drake as well.
Nicely done. Not even close on that team fight. They did get the flashes.
They actually trick you up.
From that Bard ultimate, they got that one off of Turtle, but not able to amount to anything after that, as they really couldn't get any sort of a presence in
Man,
that
Jensen
road.
literally
They
looks like
cut
he's 5 years
into
old.
FlyQuest and move through those corridors. So FlyQuest
Crazy.
not only
Well,
wins
but
the team fight,
tactical.
takes the dragon, they get a kill.
Yeah,
and now
tactical
they're
looks
gonna
like
turn this
he's
into
4.
Another Rift Herald.
Man, I'm just a boomer. These are the kids that are playing this game these days.
Yeah, you're a boomer. Just commentated, okay?
Nothing
much.
That's what I'm
He's
doing.
building towards the
I've given up on playing. I know if I play like one more season, my fingers are falling off, so
but he's not going to go for it.
we'll only commentate from now on.
Away, and this time around, it's FlyQuest time. They
It's a wise choice.
Strategies, interestingly enough. It was so much in the first few games. FlyQuest stacking early Drakes, Team Liquid getting double Herald and trying to play around that.
Broxy
This
looks
time
like their
around,
father.
FlyQuest were the ones getting double Herald and going for turret pressure. So far, so good.
Shit.
The gold lead, 3,500, looking to make that 4K once the Herald takes a turret
I think
down.
this game is
40 on
80
the
diff now.
FlyQuest side. Solo really far ahead
Yeah.
in his matchup. The CS difference is
I mean,
30.
it's not like he
The
did
Solo
anything
answer
wrong,
back
but
to mid-20s as his wave
I feel like
goes
Jhin
down.
is really in position to
Tactical,
carry.
more or less answered by Wild Turtle. This is going to be a pretty easy bounce through the wave, catches the farm.
That's a
14
nice sound I
CSD
hear
across
right
the
there.
80 carries.
Actually, more in
See
this
now
region
the
is
mid-game
so
moves
broken.
around
I
to happen next
now I
year.
understand
Not
why.
quickly
It's just
killed
like free
though.
farming the whole game.
And I do really
He
like
got
the
broken
build
for
going
like
Mashers because
every
you,
Drake fight.
may
It
be
just makes
relied
sense.
upon
Yeah,
to
the
kill
QSS is
frontliners off.
disabled.
And going
It's
Landry's
really
Mashers,
good.
that's really the best 2 items you can have to actually threaten Impact and Broxa as far as the consistent damage in these fights. It really is very, very powerful. Santorin is going lethality. You know, it may just be a pit stop here for the additional vision control with this lethality.
The counter
item.
picks in top lane are
I
just
don't really
non-existent
wanna see
in this
go
region. I
more
guess.
than that because you're likely going to be hitting
Like,
frontline.
there's no time where you're picking Mordekaiser and the other guy pulls out like Fiora or some shit and just
there is
1v9s the
this
whole
little
game.
thought
Like,
where
it's
it's
just not
like,
possible.
okay, yeah, but you can throw your ult towards the back line. But generally speaking, I don't.
Because like you'll
think
do
that
it
you
once,
have
right?
enough
And you'll
back
die
line
one time in a
access,
scrim, and then it'll be
as
like,
it
all right,
plays
guys,
against
like,
double frontliners
why?
to
Like, how
really
good would Ornn be
warrant
in this
going
game though?
full lethality, so I wouldn't want to see him go any further than
And
this.
you're just stuck on Ornn doing it for the rest of your life.
Easy way to
This
play
is
the game.
very optimistic thinking. But Solo is going to ult Impact or Broxa almost every single fight, and he's going to win that fight every time. He's the gold leader in the game. So you're kind of, in almost any fight where you're fighting on remotely your terms, you're getting single frontline. And at that point, maybe that does
Jets,
work
that's
out.
the
You're like,
1v9
look, we
here.
can just burn down Volibear together as a squad. I want to make sure Jensen dies. And through that lens, I like it a lot. Otherwise, yes, Cleaver very much helps Jhin deal damage. His armor pen often comes in fairly late because he's almost always going Storm Razor, Rapid Fire Cannon, and IE third. So, you know, once the Stone Plate...
Is Spellbinder
the
the right buy here on
Dead Man's
Syndra?
Plate
I feel
is
like
back
you
up
need a
for
Leandri's,
Broxa.
but
You're like, well, he's got 200 armor.
Maybe.
I don't have armor pen yet. Like, Cleaver could be really good there, and he can see the Ruby Crystal. That could be Edge of Night, but it could well be
Fine.
Cleaver.
My guess is it's going to be.
I know everyone goes Spellbinder, but like,
because I have no problem with this first bit of lethality, especially just
doing that much.
This item is just so ridiculously strong for vision control, right? You know, even lethality be damned, it's a cheap item. It's very easy to complete.
He doesn't have Fissures as well.
Quick 2 items, and then especially his Braves.
Okay, maybe he will pop a 0 Ash.
You know, the 4 hits on a pink board, for example. So it allows you to clear those out very effectively and have essentially just an additional sweeper for your team, which is always going to be really, really valuable.
Yeah, the Graves' quality of life.
It's Lich Bane. Yeah, my bad. Holy fuck.
If he buys Lich Bane, I'm leaving. Just saying. I'm not even saying goodbye. I'm just out.
Okay.
It's not even 21 minutes, so he's clearly farming very effectively. Is the farm leader in the game.
I just want to close my eyes at that point.
And we'll get pushed back here.
You ever gonna open them again or just closing them forever?
Item for him.
No, of course. It's a blessed day coming up.
Well, the move speed there in case you need a kite, but the burst of AP is going to be more than what Death Cap would give you at a second item. You're like, okay,
so
the world needs more people like
I
me.
want to all in using my ultimate. Let's pop Spellbinder. It's better than what Death Cap would have done. Let's go. And so it's really good for those specific scenarios. You know, slightly worse overall long-term
just an extra
wave clear if
now.
you don't hit break points, but you can see, like if this were, you know, a bit more AP, yeah, that minion was dead, but he autos once and he's losing no time.
Fuckers.
Yeah. The other wrinkle with Spellbinder is it's honestly just a lot harder to use, and sometimes you see people either
0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
quickly because it does kind of decay.
Guys, play safe. This is the game that matters.
Look,
man, it's game 5, man.
If
you don't make any mistakes, you can't lose.
So it does require you to be a lot better with it. The flat move speed, I know, is something that really likes about it, and I've heard him talk specifically about that flat move.
We scale, guys. We get Ornn items later.
He's definitely a guy that likes to think about his own item builds.
Wait, I think they're okay
here comes the Ornn again. Should be 3-man stun. It's on the 2 though. Ignar forced to walk back for a stopwatch. Is there a re-engage? Is there a play? TP in for Mordekaiser. Right
Could they not flash PoE there?
And he's going to catch one. He's going to look for Broxah.
Flashes
over the wall and wait for the magical journey. Ignar can flame out of it. How good is this play going to be? Can't get him just yet. Goes through.
The turkey? What is the turkey doing? What is it?
He's going to be attacked for the 1-for-0 so far. Near sight stops.
Oh, he didn't know Valgard was there.
And FlyQuest live with a 1-for-0. But Ignar has 5 health.
They have microphones,
Impact forced to walk backwards. Health bar lead honestly is TL's, and Infernal Drake is alive. Ignar kills a ward. It's really only play for Lanterns now as TL wants to do more.
Yeah, Jensen still has flash and ultimate as well. And with Turtle this low, it is pretty risky.
Wait,
that's
a
little bit of life steal
Lantern
with
max.
His runes. You know, his fleet and his heal is still up,
Fresh.
so they're going to stay around. They're going to send Ignar back to base and try to just play this a little bit more slowly, see if they can get healed up and find a good angle to take this.
It's like pretty underrated.
The scuttle's pretty big. It gives Turtle health and mana back. It lets them
I thought you didn't max Lantern anymore.
Power People feels safe to do this. And Torn going to get
I'm
his
just
health
saying he is.
back up, taking down the Raptor camp. And as Ignar has recalled and walked back with home guard buff,
just watch when he puts it.
He's going to be there. JJ there as well. Ulti down for many. We just have Jensen and
Mordekaiser's no death realm.
And we have just
Santorin wins these flips.
Graves on the other.
Okay, that's what you need from Impact right there.
Ignar was there for it. He's going to be okay, but now PoE is low. Ulti back up in 5 seconds.
Can't be just bigger shield. That'll be the attempt at a burst. That was so big.
You got to be careful. You get 2,500 health left on the Drake. Burning down, resetting, going back up. Solo on the wings. Doesn't have ulti just yet. But
this Ash is so alpha now. Look at him.
Yeah, he's dying.
What? He's so insane. What?
He's got to be respectful. Big damage on Ornn. When does Impact
go away? He's tanking the Drake, killing the wards. He's 1 HP. Like.
Ornn comes across. They found 1 kill already. Here comes the re-engage. Impact is in the death realm, and that should be a fairly easy kill. Can they get the damage? Can he do it on Mordekaiser? That's going to be the pickup there, and a second kill comes through for Wild Turtle. How can JJ get out? He's got no way through. PoE brought in. They're going to wait for the stun. They find it here, and JJ
look at
this Nash.
his life. And FlyQuest get 4 for 1 in the team fight.
Just Santorin's dead, probably not. And also that bot side.
Able to take that away, and they are
oh my god, they're actually 7k up, man. What the fuck?
That's so much. How are they
7,000 gold at 23 minutes? This is an absurd lead here for FlyQuest as they play that out so patiently, able to find the
it feels so lost. Like when you pick Volibear and then you don't get any ganks off.
Back in. This is after such a long dance, back and forth, tactical very low, and you can see him being pushed out of the fight really hurts their chances so much here. Over the wall, Solo finding a lot of damage.
He was a bad dog.
The ultimate was just barely not up for him. And then in comes the smite, nailed by Santorin. PoE back to base, immediately teleports in. Then Solo flashing over the wall as his ult comes back up. He locks up Impact.
Then you can never get.
He's going to eventually get knocked down, even with that.
The 800, like he doesn't even have autos or any spells to do that.
Really nicely played there.
And it dies from 890 when his smite is like 650 right now. Perfect.
well for the easy 4th kill. They're just
you just have to predict the enemy's jungles.
In this series. Overall,
enemy
they have
burst.
been better at those dragon fights.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And they are so far ahead now. Mikhail's, I love the buy here for Ignar. So much of the engage is going to come from that Ash, as well as the Bard. This shuts down.
Yeah, I don't think this Bard is very useful, but yeah, this guy just griefed with Zyra. Bard. What else did he grief with?
Back-to-back finals. The chance at their first LCS trophy, the first non-inaugural org, really. If you count Cloud9 joining the LCS at the end of 2013, there's really only been 4 orgs that have won the LCS. FlyQuest wants to be number 5.
Kind of just like
this
jungle
work
diff.
as they're knocking down
This is jungle support diff, yeah.
3 minutes, Baron's already up. Impact on a flank move. They see him, but he can still go for the Ornhorn. Santorum brought back around, is in fact going for Cleaver, by the way. Zonia is coming soon for solo. He's got 30% CDR. Those ults going to be up a lot. Blue buff now fought over. So you can grab that. Here comes the engage.
Why are they
stun for Ash? Impact can't do much.
Oh, he has QSS.
Can't go for anything else there. That's going to be a big stun on the 3. Out they go. The natural journey. Blue buff, I believe, was claimed successfully by Power of Evil.
I just don't know what both teams are doing here. Like, I just don't get it. Like, teams are supposed to be around top side right now.
like Baron is up right now, and Dragon's not for 2 minutes.
Like, you are 7k gold ahead.
It's not even up.
You can't lose a fight. Push mid, go into the top side.
Both teams wanting to get for jungle vision. It's going to be pretty tough, though.
Send Mordekaiser, ulti the fucking Volibear. You have 4th shot with Jhin. You one-shot the Nash. You execute, yeah. I mean, if they don't force Nash now, then...
Yeah, they can actually lose.
That's a significant amount of additional AP and AD.
Especially right now. Oh, yeah. It feels pretty good. I think it's... Scales additive.
Everyone just plays for the fucking soul all the time.
It's actually worse on Jhin than other marksmen.
I mean, but here it's like, it's so far off. Like, it really, and especially because like FlyQuest is kind of on the timer.
I know someone else on the internet knows.
They definitely won't win 6 items or 6 items. I mean, they might, because Jhin can like 1v9, but like, they shouldn't let it get to that.
I mean, they're still ahead. They're like 7k ahead.
Not much of a Jhin main, otherwise I would know more about that one. But we got the wave getting crushed down to the mid lane. Wild's going to feel comfortable now on his 3rd item.
Like, actually, did we ever see a Nashor start in this series, which just ended up in, like with everyone alive, you know, and the Nash went down, or like there's a fight from it? Like, I feel like both teams get Nash when they kill people, like around
they kill the whole enemy team.
Drake or something, yes, or like they kill them in the base or something.
When you're on this grouping of items, these 3 items for Jhin, one big crit on a squishy can just
they're giving up full Nash control now. What are they gonna do?
60% of their health if they're a squishy person. You know, if Ash mispositions,
I mean, it's good what DL is doing.
Rapid fire hit on him, you just die sometimes. It is honestly shocking how much damage you can do, and that combined with the backline access of a Graves ultimate or a Scatter the Weak can mean death.
Yeah, Jin's 4th auto attack as well as his ultimate have missing health damage attached to it, and essentially
Dragon in 20.
They're
giving.
TL should try to sneak Nash or something.
Period. That is the number. He is dead if he's at roughly 2.
They can't fight.
The ult is going to get him for about
They're going to try to get T2 top, I think,
right
I mean T1.
If it's the 4th shot of the ultimate. This is absurd damage and tactical, must be afraid.
It feels like, I mean, they're up 7k at the last dragon, right? And then they only went up 500 gold with complete map control in 5 minutes. That makes so crazy.
Yeah, they could have already gotten Nash and end the game.
Turtle help because they're not doing anything. Wards litter the map. Scuttle litters the map.
Okay.
They just don't want to throw.
5 minutes, no Drake. Let's see what happens here.
FlyQuest have given them nothing.
Yep, and I am very concerned at this
Ash
point
still has only pickaxe.
How TL is even supposed to contest the soul?
Completely useless.
Is Broxit even going to be able to get enough gold?
Volibear, complete bot.
I don't think he will, right? So,
please,
as long as FlyQuest has a semi-decent,
I just want to see a clean Nash, like with like clean execution. You know?
I mean, it's not even like they have all the cheat codes for Nash too. Like they have Mordekaiser ult.
3 levels behind
yes.
So it's
they have Jhin 4th shot.
Trash Lantern.
Yeah, Thresh Lantern. They literally have
and without
every
a
cheat code
he can't contest the smite. And even if he somehow comes out of that, he's still 3 levels down. So really, I mean, everything is stacked in the favor of FlyQuest.
It would be perfect if they start it and then TL steals it.
Give themselves
so the game is like even again.
Here we go. 4-minute countdown until Infernal Soul.
But no one's just built an item, I guess.
Almost certainly must fight over it.
They don't like,
It is not literal GG if it's picked up. We've seen people take wins with Soul. We have seen people take losses against, or wins against it, I should say. But it's Team Liquid on the back.
Okay, clear division, guys.
A lot
Yes.
here. They're gonna have to rely on heroics. Tactical might be able to finish Infinity Edge in time. That's an important spike.
Lock it, okay.
You've got Jensen kind of between.
Graves is 2 levels up as well.
A blasting wand, which I don't believe builds into a
Jungle's
single
bounced.
item that I can think of.
He's at 100 CS.
Not with that, no, not together.
Yeah, I mean those two pieces together aren't.
I love when people talk about Smite.
I think he bought it for stats.
Smite level matter. That's my number one trigger.
But they're just griefing. Like they should just walk in their jungle deep. Go.
They're still playing on top side in case.
Yes, good job, man.
Yeah. Fights over wards.
Good job.
It's just really tough. I mean, you look
why
at
are they
FlyQuest,
5
all
now?
their
No,
three
please
items
stay in their
pretty much,
jungle.
or
Go
just
fucking
not
run
probably
at them.
He's a very expensive build, but he's going to have that 3 item for sure. And lots of people on TL are still, 2 in pieces. Impact is
push mid one more time and just start fucking Baron. Literally just push mid one time. And
I think they're gonna start it.
Yes.
Mordekaiser, sit on the pink, please.
Some of those 3rd item completions before this next but
please
critically, I just don't see how Brock
just hit it now.
Together
please.
1300 gold for a QSS.
It's so free.
Really seems like there's no
please.
chance of that.
Man, like, are you really afraid of this Volibear stealing?
It's not gonna be
maybe if it's like an Eve or something, you can be scared, but like this is just crazy, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like you need to earn about 300 gold per minute, between 250
now
and 300
sitting on the enemy
to
team's
make it
wards.
from nothing to QSS.
Region is so doomed.
Gold in the 5-minute spawn span it takes for that Drake to spawn.
Wait, Niski, you think we get out of groups?
Right now, he's not getting the money.
Depends.
Down. FlyQuest saying, okay, we got an official control. Let's start
I say it doesn't depend.
Let's
we
start
just
on this
don't get out of groups.
Hey, Broxa, by the way, if
I have some hope.
Mord will ult you. Vision over the wall.
Okay, they started it, guys. Let's see what they do with the Volibear. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's just gone, no?
Oh, yeah, of course. Volibear can't play the game. Oh, wait, it's just the freest Baron you'll ever see in your life. It doesn't get any more.
Surprise, guys. Surprise. Could have been 7 minutes ago.
The pullback and look at that beautiful play. Solo flashes in to
wow.
guarantee it. Broxa cannot steal.
The fuck tackle is he modding when he's losing?
Oh man, this guy just doesn't care.
So cocky.
It's really nicely played, honestly, by
You're so permanent triggered by that, holy fuck.
Risk it?
Yeah, I'm actually triggered.
Sort of a timing with Broxa, ulting over the wall.
Orin upgraded both items now. Death Cap and IE.
There's no reason to risk that. The Mordekaiser
it's the comeback.
Lasts so much longer than the Bard ult. So
Broxa will have his
really just
lock it by 37 minutes, 40 minutes.
So now with the added advantage of all of those stats from the Baron, which are multiplied by your triple infernal, Death Cap is complete for Power of Evil, so they are insanely strong.
I want to see this Syndra one-shot this Ashe.
Jensen, that got upgraded as well.
Oh, I mean, he presses Spellbinder, flash ult, the guy just can't.
Yes, exactly.
He actually
those are some big completions for
him. Bought a null magic.
There it is. There it is. Oh, he got a null magic. Wait, he almost died for that.
They found a million damage.
Oh my god.
Turkey. 1-for-0 so far. Jensen gets big damage, but it's not big enough.
So
time for the chase down. Solo wants in for more, as 3 kills might be the target. QSS burn to get away from the root, and that means the Death Cap signal a kill.
I think they end. No, they have no carries. Their champs are like so useless.
And the LCS finals and back-to-back splits for FlyQuest.
Wait, Syndra, was Syndra low as hell or what?
Yeah, he was like 1 HP. He almost got 1 shot by Jensen.
We have seen this before, but this time around the carries are the ones who are dead.
They still end, I think.
May not be able to muster a defense as FlyQuest knocks
maybe not actually. Doesn't look like they're going for the end.
I guess they just go soul. Oh man, that's what I said.
12,000 gold lead. Dragon spawns in 15
it's 20 seconds on Azir though.
We don't need the Nexus yet. Let's pad the scoreboard. Let's grab that neutral objective. Let's guarantee you have no way of coming back.
Okay, that's only like a 5-minute cooldown.
Just not going to risk it at all. And that's the ultimate forced in
retreat really safe.
From Broxa.
Yeah.
Turtle could just hop right over to his team.
I mean, to be honest, at this point, they cannot win though anymore.
I just don't even understand how TL lost because like they didn't do anything, but they didn't make any mistakes.
Might have been risky and. This way, they grab the Infernal Soul, they grab 2 of the inhibitors, they have Mordekaiser who can be answered by no one in a side
contradicts everything I know about Ader.
They can send the rest of the people down to the bottom lane, look for a triple inhib with everything in their favor. FlyQuest are so
I think this one was a draft difference again, actually. Like 5 games was clear draft difference.
I feel like it's not a draft difference besides for just the Volibear pick. The Volibear pick and the Bard pick, I guess.
From Azir may be the only way they could hold on in this game.
Yeah, that's 2 picks, man.
Yeah, I mean, the Bard pick I don't even think is that bad. Like, the ball lane is 50-50. The Bard outside of lane versus Thresh out of lane, like I don't think that really matters.
Thank you very much. 230 damage on a Jensen. A pullback on Impact's not going to mean too much.
Yeah.
Okay, Brox is in there. He's in the mix.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, he flashed. He flashed the E.
Should be an easy fight at the very end of it all.
Okay, the turkey was hit.
And now Solo's to back off there. Bardo's going to reset. Going to find Wild Turtle. He's under the back line. Goodbye to Jensen. Look for round 2 as Tactical cannot make his way out easily. 400 damage crit there. barely stays alive, but here comes the rest of it. Here comes
the push forward in the 5v4,
stun on the front line. Big damage, big
and he's emoting. Oh my god, look at these cocky fucks.
Are going for broke.
The
They're
fuck?
gonna knock down the rest of these turrets, and again a 5v3 to siege. Looking for the roots, looking for the hooks, looking for the rest of it there.
Man, did Broxah end the game with one assist?
Are gone, and how can you defend this? It's not going to happen.
Kill, huh?
Turtles has welcome to the LCS, buddy. I'm going to knock you down.
Wow,
it's
that's a game 5 right there. 14-1.